Hey, what is up guys? I am here to give you another SpongeBob review, and this episode is called Rock Bottom, and this episode is it's season 1, episode 35. I said every Monday I would do it, but I've missed 6 Mondays, so I'm going to review 6 SpongeBob episodes today, so let's get right into it. This episode starts off with SpongeBob and Patrick leaving Glove World. They were heading off to Glove World because SpongeBob, they were heading off to Glove World, and if you don't know what Glove World is, it's pretty much the name. It's like a carnival that's glove themed. So they have glove balloons, glove hats, glove flashlights. Patrick was actually SpongeBob and Patrick were both leaving, and Patrick was actually licking a glove popsicle. So it was a very glove themed restaurant. Well, not restaurant, carnival. So yeah, that's that. They get onto the bus, and SpongeBob has to give the guy 50 cents. At first he doesn't have any change, so then he asks Patrick. He didn't have any change, and as he's trying to look for his wallet, he keeps hitting the guy with his balloon. So then he just says forget it, because the guy doesn't want to be hit anymore. He's suffered enough. So then he takes his seat. They share with each other what they got at Glove World, how SpongeBob got the flashlight. Patrick actually got gloves for his glove action figure, and the glove action figure I think is just a regular glove, and the glove itself, the action figure, but the glove itself, I think the gloves that go on is like little tiny gloves. It's actually pretty funny. That's probably a ripoff. And then Patrick sees a sign that says, "You are now leaving Bikini Bottom," Patrick thinks that it's a town at first. So then he asks SpongeBob, "What is leaving Bikini Bottom?" And he talks about how he passed the sign, and SpongeBob's like. Then SpongeBob realizes that they're on the wrong bus, so then the bus starts getting faster. SpongeBob tries to make it to the bus. SpongeBob and Patrick are running towards the bus, but the motor, I guess it's going so fast that it pushes them to the wall. Then SpongeBob and the motor's also going so fast that SpongeBob's pants and underwear comes off. You don't really see obviously him naked. And SpongeBob's underwear went to his face, and then they get off, and SpongeBob even says, "But sir, we need to get back to Bikini Bottom," and the guy didn't care. He was just like, "Oh well." And then they see that they're in Rock Bottom, and it's kind of written weird. It's kind of written like I guess sort of backwards, because it's supposed to be like, I guess, a different kind of country or something. He says everything looks different, even the soil looks different, and he grabs the soil, and the guy's like, would you mind putting me down? So the soil talks. You're going to understand why I was making raspberry noise while he was talking in a second. And then Patrick's even like, I can't even tell the bathrooms apart. So then SpongeBob's like, that's an easy one, Pat. Just wait for someone to come out and then you know. Because normally if you see a boy or if you saw a girl come out of the girl's bathroom, you would know, because you can't tell the bathrooms apart, because they all say, because they're both question marks. One has a question mark right side up and the other has a question mark upside down. So then they're trying to look and they can't really tell, because everyone that comes out, it's like a snake or like a shark or something. So you can't tell who is in the vat, whether they're a boy or a girl. So then Patrick wants to go home, so SpongeBob says, "You go wait for the bus and call me if it comes, and I'm gonna go get a bus schedule." Which I wonder what that looked like, if everything's supposed to be like different there. I wonder if the bus schedule, you couldn't even read that. So then SpongeBob's even like, "Wow, it's so dark and creepy," because it's actually dark down in Rock Bottom. I don't know if it's actually supposed to be like that, or if it was actually getting dark in general. But then Patrick's like, "Hey SpongeBob," and then Patrick just rides on the bus. He's like, "Hey SpongeBob, bus is here." So then he runs for the bus. I guess Patrick too thought that he was supposed to get on, because you would think like SpongeBob was like, hey, the bus is here. He would wait until SpongeBob got on with him, but no, he just got on by himself. And then SpongeBob tries to run for the bus, and you have to go up this hill to get from Rock Bottom to Bikini Bottom. And the bus goes up there, but when SpongeBob's trying to go up there, he keeps falling off. So then SpongeBob's like, I guess Squarpants was right. Don't run for a bus. And then he pretends to be his grandfather. He's like, especially one that's going up at a 90-degree angle. So then he goes to wait for the next one. And while he's waiting, his shoe gets untied. So then the bus just passes him. He completely misses him. He didn't even like wait for him. He just came, gone. It stopped for like 2 seconds, and then it starts to get windy. So then SpongeBob's balloon flies away, which is weird because he didn't have his balloon when he was running for the bus. So how the hell did he have it afterwards? But whatever. But then the bus comes again, but this time but he misses it again. And then there's this guy that has a light. It's like the type of fish that has like the light on his head, where he can trick the other fish to go eat him, and there's that light, that they have that light on his head. That's what he has. And then SpongeBob is like, hey sir, can you help me? He actually ended up taking off his hat too, so he doesn't have nothing. So then the guy runs after the balloon, and he's like, wait, not the balloon, I need to know where the next prize comes. But no, that guy just keeps on running after that fucking balloon, and he did the raspberry thing too. He was just making raspberries at SpongeBob. So then when he like leaves that spot, the bus comes again, and he runs after it, but he fails again. So then he's like, I gotta be more diligent. So then and he actually had to get home and feed Gary to a snail, which was weird. And then he's still waiting for that bus. He continues to wait. The bus never comes. He stays in that one spot because he said he wasn't gonna leave that spot no matter what. And he stays at that one spot, but then he gets hungry, and he's like, glove candy dispenser. And then it's glove flavored, I guess. So I guess it doesn't taste like anything, because that's what gloves taste like. They don't really have a taste. So then he sees like the candy machine right across the street, and he knows he has to leave that spot where he has to wait for the bus stop. He knows he has to leave that spot to go get the candy machine, so go get that candy. And he has kelp in there. He loves kelp, Nougat or Crunch. But then he's like, I'm not leaving this spot no matter what. And then his stomach rumbles again, and he's like, I'll only be gone a second. And then he puts he starts putting like the money in there, his quarters. But then the bus comes, and then he does it again, and the bus comes again. And then he goes to reach, and then the candy, and then he does it really quick. And even like the stuff, like the buttons on the candy too. Like, you know how you would like hit A1 if you wanted like a candy bar or something. Even that does that. Even that is all different. It's all like weird. And then SpongeBob reaches in for the candy, and then he misses the bus again. And then this time when he reaches in for it, he's able to like control the bus. Anytime he moves his hand towards the candy, the bus will go further. But anytime he moved back, the bus would go backwards. So it was like kind of like a control. And then he started pressing the candy, and anytime he did that, the bus stopped. So he thought he had him right there, but then the bus but then the bus leaves right when he gets to the bus stop. So you can see probably where this is going. If you don't, I'll explain it at the end. And then what happens is some guy comes and just takes SpongeBob's candy, and he goes, hey, that was mine. And then mine. And then 3 buses just drive by, because I guess to make up the time for that one bus that was there for a while. So then SpongeBob's like, SpongeBob gets pissed again. He actually goes barnacles, and he starts moving the sign. He's so pissed off. And then he's like, alright, no more Mr. Nice Guy. So then you see SpongeBob standing at the candy machine, and the bus comes. But then we see him tiptoeing. We find out it was the statue all along. He didn't even have his spots on the wheel, SpongeBob, which was cool. But then he misses it, and then he forms himself into like one of those bus benches that you see when you wait for the bus. And when the bus stops, and when he kind of starts to change into himself, he just leaves. So you see where that goes. Every time SpongeBob's like right there, every time he's there, the bus doesn't come. But when he leaves, the bus comes, and anytime he goes to try to make the bus, it just leaves. So that's actually really cool. It was actually entertaining to try to see him get the bus. So then he goes to the information where you would ask about the buses and stuff. And he's gonna wait in line. He's like, I am first in line, and no one's gonna tell me otherwise. And then this bubble guy like just hisses at him. And anytime he tries to do it, somebody tries to talk out. So then everyone's like, all right, I'm second. I am second in line. Then there's like somebody that can like pretty much beat the crap out of him. Hisses at him. He's like, okay, I'll be third. Then the same person does all right, fourth, not bad. So then he ended up just being last in line, because I guess anytime he tried to take somebody else's spot, I guess like got pissed at him. So then he's like, 329th. I am 329th in line, and nobody forget it. And then the guy in front of him like lays an egg on him, so I guess a girl in front of him. And then he's like, ugh. And he's like, at least the line is moving. And then when the line moves, when SpongeBob tries to move, the egg hatches, and then 3 of like that same guy come out. Yeah, 3 of that same guy come out. So then he's pretty much just couldn't move because there was 3 guys that pretty much cut him. And then we see the clock and time passes by, and I want to show you this picture of the clock if I have this on my phone. I don't know if I do. I don't think I do. Oh, I do. I should be here. Because the clock's even different. I had to take a picture of this clock. This is the clock. And I'll even show you the clock. This is what the clock looks like. Oh, you can't see it. You can't really see, I guess, pictures too good on this laptop. Because my laptop's broken. But the charger is anyways. So you know how a clock has 1 through 12 on it, and you say like 1 o'clock. This clock, the 12's on the top's a 3. The 1's a dot. It's not even a number. It's just a dot. The 3 is a W. The 4 is a 111. What the fuck? The 5's a 6. The 5, and then the 6 is a 1. So, and then the 3 where the 6 would be is also a 3. So the 12 and the 3, I guess there's 2 3s up and down towards each other, the vertical. And this one's really weird. It looks like a symbol. It just looks like a symbol that has like a puppet on it or something. I don't really know what the hell this is supposed to be. That's where the 7's supposed to be. The what's it called? The 8 is an X. The 9 is I think supposed to be an O. It looks like an O. It might be a 0 though. The 10's a 7, the 9 is an E, and then that's about, wait. No, the 9's a 0, the 10's a 7, and the 11's a E, my bad. So, I guess how do they like, so like if it was like 12 o'clock, would they be like, it's 3 o'clock, or if the little hand was on the 111, they would be like, it's 111 o'clock, it was just fun. It just looked funny. It's on my Facebook page if you want to see it. And then so yeah, time passes, and then everybody's online. SpongeBob's the last customer. And he's sleeping because he had to wait so long. And I guess it didn't really matter if he moved up because he was the last person. So the guy's like, next. And then SpongeBob comes up and he's like, finally I'm next. So then he asked him, when does the next bus come? And he's like, what? And then he's like, the bus schedule, the next bus. And I can't understand your accent. So I guess down there the accent is you have to make like a raspberry after you talk or something. I don't really understand. So then SpongeBob asked him the question, doing raspberries, and he's like, oh. And then he just tells him that the bus leaves in like 5 seconds, and then it just left right after he said that. And then and that was the last one till morning. And SpongeBob's like, hey, what? I'm not through here. I demand you to come back and get me a bus to Bikini Bottom. Because I guess the guy because before you had said that it was like good night, and it got closed, and then SpongeBob, it actually got dark, and SpongeBob's like, yeah, you heard me. I'll be right here when you get back in the dark, by myself, with no one around. No, actually, you could say that SpongeBob was kind of being a scaredy cat here, but I don't really think so, because he's in like a town where everyone that he's seeing looks weird, like and scary, and he's never been in this town, so he doesn't really know where to go. So I don't really blame him here. And then so then he's like, oh wait, I have my glove light. So then when he turns that on, I guess the guy had come out and put that light out. So then SpongeBob's like, this isn't your average everyday darkness. This is advanced darkness. So then SpongeBob's like, oh, I guess that spot will be there tomorrow. I guess they gotta keep walking, because he hears this guy that's also making raspberries, and he gets creeped out. So then he starts running and then sprinting, and then he hits the hill where the bus is going. He's like, I'm sitting bleeding. And usually you like see stars or something. Usually when you get hit in the head, you usually see somebody see stars in like a cartoon or something when they get hit in the head. But underwater, I guess you see clams. And then that guy with the light comes up. SpongeBob was all scared, but the guy with the light comes up instead, and he finds his balloon. He's like, oh, well, and he ties it to his hand. He's like, well, that solves my balloon problem, but I got a bigger problem. And as the SpongeBob's blowing this up, he's like, no, I need to go home. I'm kind of stuck here. Balloon has enough air, thanks. But then and he's making raspberries, and the balloon's going up, and then he realizes, like, oh, I get it, balloon travel. So then he goes, thank you, and the guy just goes, you're welcome. So that was like the only line he said the whole episode. And then SpongeBob finally gets home, and then we see a bus drive by, and Patrick's like, don't worry, SpongeBob, I'm coming back for you. And the episode ends. I don't know what's going on. I have like a cough or something. But anyhow, that's how the episode ended. With the happy ending. SpongeBob gets home, and Patrick goes back for him. So I wonder if Patrick had to go through the same torture that SpongeBob had to go through to get home. I wonder if that happened. Yeah, the episode was actually entertaining. It was really entertaining to see SpongeBob try to make the bus, and then he would fail, and every time he like left that spot, the bus would come, and they would always find different ways. It was pretty entertaining. So that was good stuff. I really liked this episode. Was it my favorite? I would say no. I still like I still like the pizza delivery episode a little bit better, but this one it's a close second. It's like a kid screaming out there. But that's all I have to say. Peace out.